Welcome to the show. Creative Universe Checkpoint Earth presents TwinFlamergy channeled. Embodying union wisdom so you can dance the romance of eternity with a true twin flame with ease is not common as of yet. But it can be drawn from the source of leading edge spiritual truth that is accessible from the core of my union. We vibe with the master magician, and therefore I can channel from our co creation that is also aligned with the consciousness of Arcturus, the star, the planet, maybe you should say. Oh, we should check that out if it's a star or a planet. Well, maybe you can check it out, right? In the comments below. Because our soul core, Hyenithus and Selenitus, resides there. That's sort of our, I don't know, maybe they're the names of our higher self, sort of, from me and my twin flame. Today on the show, we have what do our higher selves in our union, Hyenithus and Selenitus, want to talk about? Twin flames from their perspective. And specifically, we're going to also look for a Easter message. Let me know in the chat where you are watching from. Add a heart as a reaction to this video for desiring union, and add a flame, the emoticon flame, or the word flame, of course, which is also valid, for calling in the consciousness state of harmonious union. This is the time of dancing with me towards the opening of the year group program for Twin Flames. creativeuniverse.earth/abundance now launch, or go to the description box underneath this video and click the link. There you can see what this year group course for Twin Flames, well, some playful things around it that prelude it. And May the 1st, then I will publish the true program. You can check it all out online on the actual page, and also buy if you feel like it's your time. And also on May the 1st, lots of festivities start around it, because it's just festive that this year group program starts. And these festivities are also for people that not necessarily yet want to step into the year group course that is paid. They can do some free stuff. And one of the free stuff things that we're going to do is the love game. It's an online challenge of 5 days and a bonus day. And another thing that you'll see is that we're going to get webinars that you can attend as well. So yeah, stay close and find out, and go to the description box and so on, and see you soon. All right, so I think we're going to look in the cards, right? I have the cards with which I can easily communicate with the master magician, and this is really sort of an Arcturus wisdom channeled, right? And this is the card deck that we're going to use for it. And we're also going to talk about, well, what that gives. Maybe there comes some sort of a message from the cards. I think we're going to get 3 cards, just like last time in this series. But we're also going to talk a little bit about a sort of, an Easter theme. And I think they're going to just fit together. I mean, it must. Right. So, yeah, we're going to see how it works. But I think I am actually going to read what I prepared as, what I thought that this Easter theme might be about. because Easter, of course, we all think that it's about spring coming in, and that's beautiful and that's valid. And, about fertile symbols such as eggs and stuff for the springtime and for the new life that comes in. Christianity has a lot to do with Easter as well. And they have a whole story that is about new life, but it's a little bit more bound to Jesus, naturally. And Jesus is all about union consciousness, because Christ consciousness is actually union consciousness. And in the word union consciousness, you hear the word union, and that's also the same consciousness that is fit for twin flames in union. So that's interesting, and you might not necessarily, from history out or your personal history out, connect Christianity with twin flame union, but via this route, that is actually possible. Well, at Easter, the Christian story really commemorates the death of Jesus, where he laid down his body to actually show us that this whole story of God and Jesus and everything is really not about the body. It's about life itself and the rebirth of it. It's about the soul. And, twin flame union is also about the soul and about being rebirthed into it in the union with God, where you are the soul. So it actually, strangely perhaps, but also naturally, has a lot in common there. So with Easter, Christians commemorate that Jesus died for you. That's often the central idea that is communicated. Jesus died for you is the central, original Christian message. But when you say Jesus died for you, then it's very central that Jesus had a body and then this body died. And then at the same time, it communicates that it is not about the body, because it's about the resurrection of his light body, you might say, and the rebirth of, being pure soul, being reconnected with God fully and completely and utterly. And that the fulfillment lies there beyond death, or not yet dead, that then suddenly doesn't really matter that much anymore. And for Jesus himself, in all the famous stories, that is also a little bit unsure which one it actually is when he resurrects. But nevertheless, in a sense, the message is clear. It's about that new life. So Jesus died for you is the central original Christian message in many churches, etc. But we say the body is irrelevant for you. So Jesus died for you. That's what they often say. But maybe actually the message is, but we say the body is irrelevant for you. So that you realize you are spirit. And live life from spirit. And that's also conducive for twin flames. Even though you're still living in the flesh on the earth, you're actually going to do that from spirit. When you do that, you know that your twin flame journey will be successful. That's a guarantee. Of course, when you do that with us, in connection with the teacher and the teaching and in the true community and stuff, sure. The same as that I have shared several times already that ACIM, the book that I now and then talk about, which is it means A Course in Miracles, ACIM. And I have talked several times already about that. One of the central ideas in ACIM is that the crucial difference between where you are now in the twin flame journey and where union is that the misunderstanding is still in place that you are a body. instead of spirit. And Easter corrects you in this way, indeed. Okay, so let's see if our higher selves agree with it. And let's look into the cards so that we can have some, what can I say? So I see two of them and another one sticking out, so we're just going to take these three. Let's not make it any more difficult than that, isn't it? So the first card is the Portal of Transcendence. Portal de Transcendencia. Oh, all right. So I think there's also like a Spanish version of it here or something. Well, that's clearly a portal. And this whole idea of our higher selves connected to the star or planet, we need to look that up, remember, of Arcturus, is that is also some sort of a portal. You could also say that harmonious union to consciousness state, which has everything to do with union consciousness, which has everything to do with Christ consciousness, is some sort of a portal. So that's really cool. Let's look into the book what it means. Portal of Transcendence. Qualities: birth canal of the divine self, contractions of birth, bliss, stargate, ecstatic communion, secret doorway, seen and unseen, emptiness, the void, unknowable, revealed and revealer. I am beyond, yet within, above, yet below, the unknowable, the seen and unseen. Journey into my formless potential. Merge with my emptiness and discover your fullness. Come, child of the cosmos. You are being revealed in the forthcoming miracle. Enter the beckoning portal of the greater reality. Travel the starry vastness in the greater constellation of self. Fulfill your yearning to merge with the one heart. Soar into the oneness of shared essence. Burst old bonds with limitations. Breathe the divine breath. Expand to include more of who you truly are. The portal of transcendence is the secret doorway you have long sought, the stargate through which new worlds are seeded. Open now to ecstatic communion and the rapture and grace of unconditional love. Awaken to the joyful celebration in this realm where there is only love. Drink deeply of your homecoming. Experience the sublime bliss and unity found in the eternal present moment. Freed from separation, there is no doubt that you are love's presence. Fully merge once again with the serene vibration of this home, quote unquote. As you return home, renewed and awakened, embody the joyful frequency of heaven on earth. The new frequencies of golden octave now dance within you in the splendor of the unified poles. You are inside the birth canal. Surrender to the contractions that you feel. You are in the process of birthing your expanded self. Be delivered unto ecstasy. You are in the process of birthing. You are the conscious dreamer awakening the dream. Assist in the creation of the quantum leap that will catapult the earth into the new spiral of being. You are the knower. You are the oracle. You are the love. In Laquer, there is no other. In you, I see another me. That was the portal of transcendence. So let's have a look what the other card was. Interesting. We have these cards of some sort of portal forms or like concepts instead of the normal glyphs, because there were like symbols or glyphs, which is another series, and it looks like we don't have them at all. No, we have other concepts. Very interesting today. New myth. It looks very much like the number 8, isn't it? Which is also infinity. A new myth. Let's see in the book. $149. Qualities: personal myth, meta myth, purpose, entering the big story, miracle on earth, new golden octave, path of innocence, present moment. Child of the sun, you are being called to wakefulness, to your place in the new earth and the new myth. A great shift is coming for planet Earth, and the time is now. A new consciousness is being created by the children of the sun as they rise with the earth to a new place among the stars. A new harmonic of light and sound, a golden octave is being sounded on earth, singing in the frequencies of ecstasy, union, and unconditional love. Child of the sun, why did you come to earth? You are the miracle of the new myth unfolding. You came to earth with a purpose, a plan, a master blueprint encoded in your feelings. Live in harmony with that plan. Open your world to the great mystery. You are being asked to view your experiences from a mythical standpoint so that you remember your connection to the larger pattern. Notice the metaphors and symbols of your daily life. The key to your personal myth is presenting itself. Your everyday world is infused with a vast mosaic of metaphorical meaning. Everything you do is relevant to the creation of your personal myth, as well as the larger meta myth. From now on, there are no roadmaps, no more creeds, no more philosophies. From here on, your direction comes straight from the universe, moment by moment. This is the path of innocence, the path of trust. Here, each step is walked only once, and the universe only speaks in the voice of the present. Feel the key to the kingdom in your heart. Know that, like the pool of the heavenly bodies, love is neither taken nor given, but discovered and allowed. No one is without love, for love is the force that holds universes together. By simply embodying love, you are living the new myth that will create the wave home. Surrender to love and awaken, child of the sun. Beautiful. Portal of transcendence and new myth. Well, lots of new life, lots of new light, lots of new love when you shift from the idea that you are the body into the idea that you are spirit. You are union consciousness itself. So let's see what that gives. And here's the third card I got today: polarity. The twin flame. The number 2. So that's from the Numbers series. Let me see. In the book where that is, and I'm going to read from it for you. Two, polarity. Look in the mirror. Who faces you on the other side? Qualities. Loom of reality. Sacred twins. Cooperation. Relationship. Polarity of male and female. Duality. Attachment. Resistance. 2 is the ray of polarity, the sacred twins, smoky mirror and the clear reflection. All things in relationship. Polarity is the loom on which reality is strung, the magnetic dance of universal focus and forces. Within the mirror of polarity, you will find the many faces of illusion, as well as ultimate freedom from illusion. Polarity reveals the conflicts, the struggles, and the apparent separation created by your belief in duality. Be willing to examine your attractions, aversions, attachments, and resistances. These are appearances with the same root. When you resist by pulling away your awareness, the emotion produced is fearful, and the contraction is experienced as a pull, like magnetism. When you are attached, you are obsessively focusing your awareness on a certain object, and the attraction is experienced like the pull of gravity. Either way, you are energetically contracted and pulled out of your own center, which creates barriers to perceiving what is. Experience and discover the loom of reality that is intrinsically woven in relationship. Utilize the teachings that are held in the number 2. Polarized positions actually work in cooperative alliance. In cooperation, all polarities serve as backgrounds for full appreciation of one another and the whole. Examine the polarity of male and female within yourself. Explore your divine feminine and masculine aspects. Look for the gifts within your relationships. Investigate the polarities within them and explore the natural lines of force and growth they create. Remember, polarity is the pulse of universal source. You are 2. because you are a twin flame. This is naturally baked in your architecture of your soul. You are the union itself, and you are also one aspect of it, crystallized out in the manifested plane, in the visual realm, in the material realm, in the body. And you form a whole with the other complementary part of you, which is your true twin flame. That is also the union itself, and that part that they inhabit. And you're both of that as one. And you're the manifested self, the flesh, and you are the soul, the spirit, as one. But because the spirit aspect is, in a sense, you could say higher or closer to the divine source itself, where you originate from, that is good to take as your true self, your most fundamental self, spirit. Many people come on earth and are physically oriented, and that's not strange because we all go through these experiences of being born and counting our fingers and toes and sensing food and smelling the goodness of flowers and food and fruit and so many other things, so many more things. And it's normal to explore this physical world. But then the question comes up, but where did this physical world come from? Where did I come from? What is the depth of the I? Am I only my senses, my smell, my taste, my touch? Am I only the body, the fact that I can sense with it? Or am I more? Am I deeper? Am I where this body comes from? And then you start to realize, remember that you are spirit, that just only manifested itself in the flesh as a play, an artful play in which you can learn and be happy and feel complete and in peace and joy together with your true twin flame. To make that full, this experience, to make that complete, this journey from experiencing yourself as the flesh and then opening yourself up to, but where did this experience of the flesh actually originate from? And question that, and going back to where you come from, where everyone comes from, and realizing and truly experiencing that the inner world is more original in a sense, because that's where you come from, and that this inner world is made out of spirit. Remembering that, and remembering that in spirit you are made out of union consciousness, and union consciousness births actually the fact that you are with two, not with one. And that whole process takes you through a certain consciousness experience. And that is you going through the portal of transcendence. You transcend, as it were, your experience of only being the body. And while you, for the time being, as long as it still lingers for you, still keep the body, you can make that journey in consciousness to relocate your sense of self in spirit, and then rebirth yourself as the one that is actually identifying themselves as the spirit, which must contain the fact that you are a twin flame right there, which must then moving through that portal, coming out of it, integrating that experience more and more, must manifest in the true twin flame, in the flesh, close to you, around you, relating to them, having fun with them, being playful with them, creating a relationship with them, creating a family with them, creating a mission business with them, and everything else that your heart uniquely desires. You transcended from that standpoint, actually, maybe you could see that it's a juvenile idea, that you're only the flesh, that you're only the body. And now you transcended that idea and you went on the journey through this portal to come out on the other side, where you again come to bloom in the flesh, but then with the fullness of what you actually are. And that fullness of what you actually are is a twin flame. And then that will manifest because it integrates into you still being on the earth. And then it will manifest in the fact that your twin flame comes to you, is attracted to you, manifests for you, wants to be close to you. You will develop a relationship with them in the flesh. And here a new story begins. A new myth comes alive. Now you're starting to live inside spirit, but then on the earth. A whole new world has been born. Your rebirth has been truly taken place. And now you start to live heaven on the physical earth. You start to live that spirit life, that union consciousness spirit life from beyond the body, inside the body, inside the earth experience. And that's where you need to be. And this all is also what the Easter myth of Jesus actually points to. That what he shows is that it didn't really matter to him that he was actually killed by his own people, which is an extreme example, which just clearly educates what's going on here, that the body isn't that important in the grand scheme of things. It clearly educates that because it's so extreme as an example. That didn't really matter. What mattered was giving up the idea of essentially only living in the body and thinking that's the only reality that we have. It mattered to give that up, that idea that we only are flesh, that we only have flesh, and to surrender that idea. That's what mattered, because then it becomes clear that you're not the body, that you're spirit. You were spirit all along. You're still spirit, whether you have your body or not, but you just relocate your focus in spirit. And that's what matters, whether you are still alive or not. Leaving in the middle, if Jesus came back to life after his death on the cross, or if he only came back as a light body, or whatever that was. The myth was that the true life only starts when you give up the importance of the body to give way to the idea that you're spirit. That's what matters. Extreme example, but clearly teaching us that that's what's important. And he did stand up again in the story. He did come back. He did also afterwards meet his twin flame again, Mary Magdalene, because in the story is interwoven that She was the first one that he met again, that saw him again after his death, alive again. Which is not so strange. We will all die to the idea that we're essentially exclusively our body. We die to that idea on the twin flame journey. And then we reawaken in the reality that we are spirit. In other words, we are a twin flame. And we will meet the twin flame because the twin flame will be revealed as the one that is awaiting you there already. The twin flame will be revealed as your best friend that is meeting you after you lost the focus on the body to prioritize the fact that you're a twin flame in union in spirit. And that shows itself because the twin flame is there physically in the world, in heaven, on earth. And for Jesus, that was so. But for the point is that for you, that will be so as well. And for me, that was true as well, too. It's just the exact same thing. We stepped into a deeper heaven on earth experience a couple months ago. And there we meet clearly again. He's there because he must. He's my true twin flame. So he's in my garden, which means the soul. But it's not only a symbol, it's also physical reality. It's the truth. This is the place where you will experience that physical reality and spirit is one. And not as an idea, but as that's really true. You live it. You are it. That's what heaven on earth means. It means all perspective has fallen away. You're just heaven on earth with your true twin flame. As the spirit in the world, in the body, in the physicality. That's what that means. And that's what you are. There's nothing else anymore. There's also no option to escape that. You also don't want that. You don't want to go back. There is no going back. That doesn't exist to you. So that's where the twin flame journey leads. It leads to Easter. And it leads to you finding your own resurrection in it. And finding your twin flame that lived there all along. And loves you. And has always loved you all along. That will be revealed to you. Right there. In your twin flame Easter. That this creative force of your spirit core as twin flames, your higher selves, just like ours, was living in heaven on earth all the time, all along. You were just distracted out of that truth somehow, some way. And now you came home in that reality because you closed all the escape routes off for yourself. And you patched those energy leaks up. So there's only this now in heaven on earth. And you rediscover that you were there all along and day two. And that is the only reality that exists. the only reality that you choose, the only reality that is valid and valuable. The rest it was a delusion that is no longer, that you can hardly remember. And God will wipe your memory of that nonsense. You allow that to happen so that your entire reality is filled in with love. The love that you are. I bow for the primordial truth. I bow for the value of creation. I bow for the truth of beauty. I bow for everything true and of purity. Manifest creativity. Creator of us all, be with me when I open to connect with myself, when I uncover the creative source to retrieve her, the way you have placed it inside of me, and the way in which the exact same source moves and guides you as well. O divine creator, make that I will be receptive to your voice and lead me to the rhythm of your breath, so that I will find a movement that leads me, find words for it, and can experience the being of them openly. Thank you for the abundance that is received in this moment. Thank you for the power that makes that I receive this moment. Om. Amen. Your next step. Don't forget to actually start the process and jump on the team. Actively come to our community, start doing the correct inner work, and ask the support you deserve through our services so that we can start a relationship that will lead you to harmonious union and beyond. When you're not in a relationship, you're not on the team, and you can't expect the results I am speaking of. Currently, you are cordially invited to step into the group year course experience. This is the Twin Flame Mystery School you have been waiting for. I am looking for 9 people to step into this abundant opportunity. Twin Flame Abundance Now opens its doors on May the 1st. Start giving so that you will receive. The door closes as soon as I have my 9 people that will be successful in their journey. But first, we dance towards the opening of the door together. The show notes. You can, however, support this ongoing live Twin Flame news as such, make it possible as co-creator. Without your participation and financial gifts, I cannot do anything because we need to have an energetic and verbal visual exchange for things to make sense and to know what I need to talk about for you. And also, we are on Earth, and that necessarily always works with money as a means to make sacred content actually flow. Therefore, I post the show notes in Patreon. Come over and enjoy. Have influence on the broadcasts. Don't miss out on the behind the scenes experience. Patreon.com/PEJ at Creative Universe or go to the description box below this video and click on the link. This month, the Patreon subscriber action is 12 weekly key sessions for Twin Flame development for €499 instead of the normal already favorable deal of €700, normal price €792. Share this video with a friend. If you enjoyed it, they might too. Become a member of my YouTube channel and like this video. I am Petra, in the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union since March 2020, worked with the new Christ Masters on Earth right now to roll this consciousness state out so that everyone can enjoy the abundant life with their true twin flame soon enough. After going in with me, right here. Don't search any further. You reached what you were looking for. Om. Amen.